All right, let's dive in. We're talking about a brand new kind of AI copilot from Google. And this one has a huge promise to take your ideas from just a thought to a real finished product, like instantly.
So think about this for a second. What if that massive, frustrating gap between your great idea and the actual final product just wasn't there anymore? What if it just vanished? That's exactly the future we're going to explore right now.
Okay, so before we jump into the cool new stuff, let's get real about the problem. It's what we call the friction of creation. You know what I'm talking about, right? That slow, super frustrating slog from a brilliant concept to actual working code.
Yeah, this should look painfully familiar to a lot of you. Over here, you've got your designers working in their world with their tools. And over there, you've got the developers, deep in their code editors. And that chasm in the middle, that's the handoff. And that's where everything breaks down, right? Details get lost, you're doing endless rework, and amazing ideas just die a slow death.
So, what's the fix? Well, Google's big idea is to completely change how we think about this. It's about ditching all the separate tools and instead creating one single intelligent environment. And the engine behind it all? An AI copilot that gets the entire process, from the very first spark of an idea all the way to the end. And right at the heart of all this is Gemini. Now, we've got to be clear. This isn't just a chatbot anymore. Not even close. It's the core brain connecting every single part of the creation process. A better way to think about it? It's like the operating system for this whole new way of working, not just one more app you have to open. And this brings us to the first really mind-blowing shift in thinking, coding the visuals first. I mean, just let that sink in. The whole idea is to generate the final high-fidelity look and feel of your app right inside your development environment before you've written a single line of implementation code. So the place where all this magic happens is a professional platform called Google Antigravity. The easiest way to picture it is to imagine your favorite code editor, something like VS Code, but totally supercharged. It's got these autonomous AI agents built right in. And these agents don't just write code. They can actually understand what you're trying to do and, this is the key part, generate the visuals for you. Okay, so if anti-gravity is the powerful engine, then Canvas is your steering wheel. It's the front door, the interactive space where you actually collaborate with the AI. You can write stuff, edit things, and even generate and see code prototypes happen in real time. It's what makes all that back-end power from anti-gravity actually usable and collaborative. So check out how this completely flips the script on your daily workflow. Step 1, an AI agent gets a task, something like, hey, build me an analytics dashboard. Step 2, it just generates a high-fidelity visual mockup instantly. Step 3, you, the developer, take a look and say, yep, that's it. And only then step 4, the agent goes and implements the design in code. The whole messy design-to-code dance just got squeezed into one smooth, automated step. It's wild. Now, obviously, for any of this to actually work, the visuals can't be some generic, ugly placeholder art, right? They have to be professional quality, and that's where this new image generation engine comes in. Its official name is Gemini 3 Pro Image, but, a lot of people are calling it by its awesome nickname, Nano Banana Pro. And we're not playing around here. This is some serious creative horsepower. It's built on the Gemini 3 Pro model, which is a beast. But really, the headline for any professional out there is this: native support for up to 4K resolution. Let me say that again. These are not just janky placeholders. These are production-ready assets you can actually use.
This quote right here, it gets to the absolute core of why this is such a game changer for UI design. I mean, for years, we've seen AI image generators try to do text, and it's always just garbled, alien-looking nonsense, right? The fact that this can render perfectly crisp, accurate text inside an image, that solves a massive, massive headache for anyone trying to create realistic mockups.
But wait, it gets even better. Perfect text rendering is literally just the beginning. Get this. The model can translate that text into other languages while keeping the design intact. That's a huge deal for localization. It also uses Google Search in real time to make sure what it's creating is factually accurate. And on top of all that, it gives you pro-level creative controls, like messing with the lighting and camera angles. Insane. Okay, but what about trust? This is a big one. To handle that, every single image that gets generated comes with Google's Synth ID watermark. You can't see it, it's totally imperceptible to our eyes, but it's there. And it allows anyone to check and verify that the image was made with Google's AI. It's all about building in a layer of transparency from the ground up. All right, so we've talked about design and code, But building great things isn't just about that, is it? It always starts with research. So now let's switch gears and see how Google is using AI to make that part of the process way, way faster. You know this feeling. We've all been there. You're kicking off a new project, you're excited, and then, bam. You are drowning in a sea of PDFs, endless email threads, and super dense reports. All the info you need is in there somewhere, but actually absorbing it, it's a total time suck. Well, check out this solution, audio and video overviews. The idea is simple but powerful. You just upload all those documents and Gemini turns them into a summary. But here's the cool part. It's not just a wall of text. It can actually generate a podcast-style discussion between two AI hosts, or even create an AI-narrated slide presentation that breaks it all down for you.
And the benefits here are just huge. I mean, it doesn't just give you a summary, it actually finds and explains the connections between different topics. You get to pick the format you want, maybe a deep dive, explainer, or just a quick brief. And it supports over 80 languages. So you can basically learn on the go no matter where you are or what you're working on.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. When you put all this together, the instant visual creation, the instant research summaries, what you're getting isn't just a couple of cool new tools. What you're getting is a fundamentally new way to create.
I mean, this comparison really says everything you need to know. On the left, that's the old way. It's a chaotic mess of different apps for research, design, coding, talking to your team. It's a nightmare. But on the right, that's the new way. A single, clean, streamlined path that's powered by one central AI, taking you straight from your idea to the final product. So let's wrap this up. What are the big takeaways for you, for developers and creators? First, your workflow is now unified. Design and development are happening in the same place. Second, the quality is pro-level. We're talking 4K production-ready assets. And maybe most importantly, that horrible friction, that gap between design and code, it's finally closing. And all of this really leads to one last huge question. A question for you. When your AI copilot can handle all the grunt work, the research, the design, even a lot of the code, and all those old barriers just melt away, what does that free you up to do? What will you build?